Good morning, children. I hope you all are bright, happy, and smiling. We've completed the first chapter. Who did Patrick's homework? This brings us to the next part, and that is working with the text. The next thing, after you finish reading the text, what do? You comprehend the text. You try and understand the text. You interpret the text in your own manner. This is called working with the text. In our textbooks, we have 6 questions at the end of the chapter on page number 11. Next to every question, there is a number written in the bracket. This number indicates the paragraph number where you shall find the answer. Now, this year onwards, we will not give you any written answers in a ready-made form. You have to start framing your own answers. But this chapter, I'm doing it for you. I'm going to frame the answers and show them to you. Start learning how to frame these answers because this is not a practice. We are not going to give you written answers ready for the entire year. What you have to do is you have to go to the paragraph number next to the question, read it, change the tenses, change the word, paraphrase it, and then write your answers. Okay? Let's begin. Question number 1. What did Patrick think his cat was playing with? What was it really? Now let's look at the second paragraph because the number 2 is over there. Second paragraph is, then one day he found his cat playing with a little doll and he grabbed it away. So how do we frame this? Instead of he, we don't need to mention then one day because that is for a story. It's the kind of information, it's the kind of text you use to write a story, not write an answer. Answer has to be to the point. So we will change it for Patrick. Patrick found his cat playing with a little doll and he grabbed it away. It really was a man of the tiniest size. I have written what was it really, and over here, what is it? To his surprise, it wasn't a doll at all, but a man of the tiniest size. So the question was, what was it really? So we went to the second part of the question. It really was a man of the tiniest size. Now, it really was. What was it really? So I have borrowed the words it really was from the question itself. I have changed it so that now it's not in a question form, it is in a statement form. You have done types of sentences before, so you all know question form and statement form. Okay? So now this is the answer to first question. Patrick found his cat playing with a little doll and he grabbed it away. It really was a man of the tiniest size. Next question. Why did the little man grant Patrick a wish? Again, it is in the second paragraph, so we continue reading. He had a little wool shirt with old-fashioned breeches and a high tall hat, just much like the witches. He yelled, "Save me! Don't give me back to the cat." He yelled, "Save me! Don't give me back to the cat. I'll grant you a wish, I promise you that." So now what was happening? What was the reason the little man has granted the wish? Because he wanted to save himself. He's saying, "Save me." So you can say the little man granted Patrick a wish because he wanted to save himself from the cat and did not want Patrick to return him. Or you can also say, like I have written, the little man granted Patrick a wish because he wanted to escape from the cat and did not want Patrick to return him back. Okay? Here, as you can see, I've not picked up the sentences directly from the textbook and written them. You have to change the tenses. What was Patrick's wish? This is in paragraph number 3. Patrick couldn't believe how lucky he was. Here was the answer to all of his problems. So he said, "Only if you do all my homework, till the end of the semester, that's 35 days. If you do a good job, good enough, I could even get A's. So over here, what is happening? The little man, what wish does Patrick ask for? Patrick is saying that he wished the elf to do all his homework till the end of the semester, which was for 35 days. Okay. Next question. In what subjects the little man need help to do Patrick's homework? This is in paragraphs number 5 and 6. And true to his word, that little elf began to do Patrick's homework, except there was one glitch. The elf didn't always know what to do and he needed help. Help me, he'd say, and Patrick would have to help in whatever way. I don't know this word, the elf squeaked while reading Patrick's homework. Give me a dictionary. No, what's even better? Look up the word and say it out loud by each letter. Now, here you have to think beyond the textbook because this answer is not directly given. So, if you look, give me the dictionary, I don't know this word, we can mostly assume it is English. So, you can say the little man needed help in English. Next, he's saying, when it came to maths, Patrick was out of luck. What are times table? So times tables also he doesn't know. So you can write mathematics. And then continuing on the next page, he's saying elves know nothing about human history. So even history he did not know. So the little man needed help in English, mathematics, and human history while doing Patrick's homework. How did Patrick help him? This is in 7th paragraph. As a matter of fact, every day in every way, that little elf was a nag. Patrick was working harder than ever, and was it a drag? He was staying up nights, had never felt so weary, was going to school with his eyes puffed and blurry. Now, I think the answer to this question is not only in this paragraph, but around, I would say again, it is in from page, paragraphs number 5, 6, and 7. So make the change over there. The answer would be in paragraphs number 5, 6, and 7. And the answer is that Patrick helped him by bringing books from library, consulting a dictionary, guiding the little man in doing sums of arithmetic, and also reading out portions from the history book. You can also add in this answer that Patrick was working very hard and staying up nights. Okay. Last question. Who do you think did Patrick's homework? The little man or Patrick himself? Give reasons for your answer 9 and 10. Now, Patrick himself did his homework, and the little man did not know anything in English, maths, and human history. Patrick had to consult dictionary, guide him with maths rules, and helped him to read too. He stayed up at nights and worked hard. Therefore, it was Patrick who did the homework. If you look at the paragraphs number 9 and 10, the only points that reflect to this answer is towards the end. I'll share a secret just between you and me. It wasn't the elf, Patrick had done it himself. So you can also write your answer in this manner. Now, this question, children, is an application question because it says, who do you think did Patrick's homework? And you can even say the elf did it, and you can even say the Patrick did it. Both the sides are considered correct. What matters more is the reasons you give for your answer. So you have to hunt the reasons from the text, mention them, and you must say that because of this, I believe that Patrick did his homework. Okay? Now, I want to give you all one more example. The first question in our notebooks or textbooks: what did Patrick think his cat was playing with? What was it really? Now, when you are asked this question, your answer will differ, will differentiate, will be vary depending on the marks the question is asked for. You must elaborate, add descriptions and other details when the marks are more. Now, if it's a 1 mark answer, you can say Patrick thought his cat was playing with a little doll, but it was a man of the tiniest size. If it's a 2 mark answer, you can add a little and say Patrick found his cat playing with a little doll and he grabbed it away. He was surprised to find that it was a man of the tiniest size. The man had a little wool shirt with old fashioned breeches and a high tall hat, much like a witch's. So you can even describe the man. And for 3 marks, you can elaborate it all the more and say Patrick found his cat playing with a little doll and he grabbed it away. After grabbing it, he was surprised that it wasn't a doll but a man of the tiniest size. The man had a little wool shirt with old fashioned breeches and a high tall hat, much like a bitch's. So, this is how you have to learn to frame answers. Okay? Now, what are you going to write in your notebooks? In your notebooks, you're going to write only 3 questions. Question number 1, question number 2, and question number 6. There's a numbering error on my slide. You don't do that. You can circle these question numbers in your textbooks right now. Question number 1, question number 2, and question number 6. How will you write this in your notebooks? Remember the rules of notebook work. Number 1, you will use a black pen to write the question. You will leave a line after writing the question. You will use a blue pen to write the answer very neatly. After you have written the answer, you will draw a horizontal line with a pencil and then you will leave a line before you start the new question. I'm giving you only 3 questions. So please do it very neatly. I love neat work. Okay? All right. With this, children, I'm going to end today's class. I would like you all to spend the rest of the time writing down your answers. Stay home, stay safe, take care, keep learning. Thank you.